You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in, yeah. You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in, yeah. It's time to relax from all the hype and grab a cup of the favorite tea that you like. On Mondays and Wednesday nights, don't forget about the Black Business Spotlight. You never know who you might see. It could be anybody, even a celebrity. So enjoy yourself, my friends, cause this is Mr. Q Show. Now get plugged in. Yeah, you are tuned in. That's right. To Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in. You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in, yeah. You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, this is Mr. Q, and you're at the Mr. Q Show, plugged in. And so anyway, tonight we are here, and y'all know the situations we dealing with right now in Texas, man. It is cold, it's snowing, and light. And we're gonna be doing this a lot. I'm just letting y'all know this is gonna happen a lot because of the signal we having. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, look, don't give up on me. So anyway, utilizing what we can use, and I'm here tonight, man. I got a special guest here with me tonight. Everybody know him. Everybody know his music. He's been around forever, for a long time. I don't know how long. Long time. Not that long, but long time. So anyway, he's gonna come. He's gonna talk to us. You know, because I'm about the black men in the community. You know, that's being successful, that's doing something, that start trends. You know, in our community that sometimes we look over, and sometimes we forget. Hey, this is a part of our community. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm gonna just bring him on in. Everybody say hello to CHALIE Boy.
What's up, Charlie? Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Man, chilling, man, chilling. Hey, we just sitting here trying to battle these lights, man, and this electricity and all this crazy stuff, man. So we wanted to have you come in because you have been in the community for a long time, and you've done a lot, man. You've blazed some trails. You've probably recorded more music than, man, shucks, I don't know, man. So we want to have you come in and just kind of talk about your life and where you're from and all those different things, and how did it feel when you started traveling a lot and realized everybody started knowing you. Oh, matter of fact,
one of my brothers right here said,
military training right here said I was away in the military training in 2004 when two of my battle buddies from Texas put me on the CHALIE Boy. He helped me make it through. I listened to everything he had done up until that point and haven't stopped listening. Bernard Henderson, man, they on here. So talk to us, tell us about yourself, where you're from, and all those good things.
Well, my name is, first off, my name is Charles Williams. I'm from Hearn and Calvin, Texas. That's right, I'm from both Hearn and Calvin, Texas. I started, and I got in the music business in the year 2000, and I've been in since. I've been on hundreds, if not thousands of mixtapes, being of my own and being featured on. I created a song called I Look Good that made me a major recording artist. And, you know, I come from a small town and did what I wanted to do, be heard, and I got heard a lot. I'm not done being listened to yet.
So you being raised up in Hearn, man, and Cabot, because people don't understand you were in both towns. Being raised up in Hearn and Cabot, and your family upbringing, what makes it easy? What made it easy for you not to hit that path? Because none of your music glorifies kids getting on drugs and violence and all of that.
You cut out, you stop.
So
We still on?
yeah, we still on. I think we still on. Signal bad. Hold on. Oh man. Yeah, pretty much.
It's all good.
Pretty much. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Oh, you still just talk to the people, man. I'll be back.
Ah, ah. Okay. If you can hear me, because we're having technical difficulties right now. Um, I'm not gonna say that my music doesn't glorify this or that, because as an entertainer and want to be heard, there's bits and pieces of my story that you'll hear, and there's bits and pieces of the world going on around us that people can't make music for their day-to-day life struggle, or the things that they want to hear, entertainment. That me coming from a small town, I just wanted to make music. You know, I didn't partake in negative things for the most part because my mother was living first off.
Right.
But outside of that, I had family members, friends, relatives, you know, older uncles that, you know, they did side hustle things and that nature. So those are things I know about. But also with my mother, they wouldn't let me do things like that. So my thing was music. My mother's a musician. She was my musician as a child in church until she retired. Um, and I started doing music just honestly by happenstance, being in, I'd call it the right place at the right time with the right person. My friend Donald Gambrell, aka AP Noy, who's passed away, rest in peace. He had a music shop called DJ Bull's Hip Hop Shop. One day I'd come in every Friday. I'd get a regular R&B, a rap, and then Screw Selection CD. So every Friday I'm listening to something new. One day there was some guys in the back that was doing some music. A friend of mine that was riding work with me. He was trying to jump on the tape with those guys, and he told them that I could do some music. They heard a little something, and then I did something. They disappeared. And Bernard sent word to DJ Bull and the Freestyle Kings. He told me that Bull had some hooks that he wanted me to sing for him. So I was like, okay, I'll go down and whatever. Went down, knocked on the door, told him that, you know, Norris sent me. And he was like, no, I told him if you wanted to get on tape, then, you know, you could come down and get on. So however it happened, I jumped on the first tape, which was called No Holds Bar. Excuse us.
No, it's the name of the music, man. It's a show. Let's keep plugged in, baby.
Yeah. It's called No Holds Bar. That was the first debut of CHALIE BOY, which was around the summer of 2000. They asked after a few being on a few mixtapes if I'd like to join the group, and I did. I did. The Freestyle Kings, we established ourselves as a name from the home base was in Huntsville, but the artists were from many different places. Type, Brian, College Station, myself from Herman, Calvert, Texas, Coop from Crockett, Texas, Rhino, Ake, Show from Houston. So we were pretty much a collection of all over. But we as a group were established out of Huntsville. That caused us a few problems as far as name wise and trying to get ourselves out there in the beginning, because there are a lot of city artists trying to establish their names themselves already, not just Houston, but Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, and it was a struggle, but we did our music our way, the way we wanted, and we built our name up and we established ourselves in Texas history just like the rest of them there. So
And as you were talking, man, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm jumping in and out, and I know that. Look, we have some technical difficulties, and it's not my fault. Blame it on the state of Texas. So anyway, you were talking about how you were with the Freestyle Kings. Now I do remember I was riding in the car, and at the time, because I remember you singing in church. I had never heard you outside. I remember one time we would do the Black History programs together.
Right.
Yeah, we've been knowing each other for a long time. I'm gonna ask him about his hands in a little bit. Y'all will find out something about him. Y'all didn't know. A lot of y'all don't know. But I remember him singing at the Black History program, and his mom had him singing Will Jacob Clyde. I don't even remember that.
But I don't forget it.
Yeah, so I logged out. I'm gonna come back in.
You want to talk about the hands?
Yeah. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna jump. It's gonna be like this. So anyway, I remember I was riding, and me and my boy Dorian Harris. Dorian Harris he sings country now. I don't know if you remember Dorian, but we sung together. We used to have a little studio in College Station.
Right.
And at the end of the song, I remember Freestyle King for the radio, man. I was like, wait a minute, why that sound familiar? And come to find out, it was Charles. I said, man, there's Charles. I ain't know about Charlie Boy. I knew Charles Williams. And man, that's Charlie Boy. I said, Charlie, they kept saying Charlie Boy, Charlie Boy. I said, wait a minute. So Charles is Charlie Boy. Now, mind you, this was years ago, y'all. This was, man, how many years you been at it?
I've been doing rap since the year 2000.
So it's about 20, yeah, man. So it was a turn of the century, man. And, I will say that when you started, you didn't stop. Every time I turned around, you had that's back when I think they were still rocking the NYSP, and the kids used to love talking about, man, Charlie Boy come to Texas, he come to Texas. And then they get on the bus and see, we started in NYSP. We were young.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you kind of stayed there. And that's why I said with your music, you really didn't like some songs force. It's almost like the lyrics force kids to kind of wonder about, what to do. But your music, if you hit a lyric, you didn't say, you didn't force it. It's just a lyric. You talk about real life in your songs. You talk about what happens in your environment, in wherever you are. I remember I heard one of the songs that I realized you have a text to your music too. And I just want to ask you about that. You start a song off, and you started off really low. By the time you're done with that song, I don't know if other people pay attention, but by the time you were done with that song, you in the rafters. Right. Did you develop that on your own, or did you have any type of person that kind of you idolized when you did your music as far as that technique? Because I've never heard anybody else do that.
Actually, it's just the build up and the breakdown, the build up and building everything. So like you don't want to, for the most part, when we were doing freestyles with the Freestyle Kings, it was just go. Just how it comes out, you just go. So later on, just want to make sure you get your point across. You start off slow, they can hear you. They know you're coming in. Then you building up to a process to where you grabbing their attention, and then by the end, you just let them have it full force to let them know that this is not a game. I'm on here. You're gonna know at the end of this song that I was here. I made my mark. I'm gonna make my mark.
Cause man, you start the song off. And
I started the song off.
Yeah. And then you end with man. So hey, that's your signature. Nobody else has that signature. So I think we talked on the phone one time. We talk whenever we get a chance. And I think we talked about how society, the community does not know that. They won't admit, I'll say it, they don't want to admit you're actually a trailblazer. You're actually kind of like a legend in your own way. And like you told me, they consider you an underground artist or whatever. But anywhere you go in the United States, just like my brother here, he's in Alabama. Anywhere you go in the United, I've been to Florida. Oh man, y'all know. Oh man, and now they know you as I Look Good.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was Bumper Grill,
right,
or Slabs Forever,
right,
stuff like that. But now it's like every time you always get this one song that sticks in the head. The song that stuck to me was Change, because when you did Change, I was like, man, that song,
right.
man. So how does it feel knowing that? Does it change your attitude or perspective about yourself? Does it make you, some people, they get a little cockiness about them, but you're not that type of guy. But how does it feel when people walk up to you and say, "Hey man, you Charlie, man, I listen to your music since I was 8 years old." How do you feel about that?
I just take it as a blessing. My whole point of doing music, like my high school friends will tell you, like, man, they say you got some Charlie, you gonna do something, man. When it happens, I don't care what happens. I just want to be heard. Like, I don't care what I do. First, I thought, I can't sing. The rapping came second, and then so the mixture of putting together was the secondary byproduct of it. I always thought that something happened with singing, the R&B side or something, but I knew for sure all I wanted to do was be heard. Whatever was gonna happen, some way, form, or fashion, I'm gonna be heard. Granted, it happened on the rap side with the tune side, but I'm still getting heard. That's what I wanted. That's my goal. That was my dream, to make sure that what I had to say, people listen, heard, and enjoy. And they've done that 100 times over. So when people see me and like, you look like Charlie Boy. I say, I am. You lying, swear. Put that on something. And I was like, oh my mama. So I'm very appreciative. I'm blessed to have people that listen to your music, and not just that. Like today, right now, I Look Good has been out for a while, but it's still getting love, still getting rotation. I was just talking to a DJ out of Kentucky, a friend of mine named DJ Slick, and we got to discussing about how since I've been out, which artists are still relevant to this day around the same time that I've been out, and which it fell off. It was like just being consistent. And sometimes being inconsistent by not putting stuff out keeps you consistent and relevant. I've been on multiple features since the last actual project I personally put out. But my name is still relevant because of the work and the way that I do what I do on a song. It just has its own standout ability that people look for. Not from artists from Mexico up to Utah. Like, I didn't realize, to be honest, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that there were rappers in Utah.
Wow.
But there are.
Yeah.
And you never know where your music reaches and who it touches until they start responding to you and hitting you in direct messages or seeing you when you go into the airport or when you land in this city or this state. So I take it all as a blessing. All I wanted to do was be heard, and I have been, and be heard, and I have been, and people appreciate it. I have never just made music to cater to people because I'm trying to make money. When you make good music, money is going to come. Money is going to generate some function when you're making good music. But I make my music the way I want to make my music, when people have it good to enjoy.
And it's a style, man. Like I say, it's a style that nobody else has. I've heard people try to compare you to Nate Dogg. I've heard people compare you to Big Mo. I've heard people compare you to Zero. I've heard people compare you to CeeLo Green. I've heard all of these things, and I'm like, no. If you listen to them, it's almost like being unique, and that's how you stay relevant. People don't understand the way you stay relevant. Build your own platform, stay unique. People going forever. I remember when you came over to the school, and you came to the school. There was some other people there too as well. And I remember the young lady, she was telling me, nobody knows Charlie Boy. I said, okay. I said, all right, so watch this. So, y'all, Charlie came to the pep rally, and as soon as the track played, teachers, principals, kids, parents, they were everywhere. Why? Because it's relevant. It's music that people know. You know what I'm saying? And like now, I look good. I heard it on TikTok. I've heard it on Toyota commercials. How did that happen? Did you know that was gonna happen?
We got a couple. My manager got a couple business calls from a guy, and then sponsorship department. He was did acquired an opportunity to make a commercial. He was listening to our music and got in touch with us and told me that I wanted to use y'all. Like, okay, cool. And got off the phone, thought nothing else of it. And like the next 2 or 3 days, got a call, sent the paperwork over, signed it, and that was it. And then Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep.
Toyota commercial, I look good.
I remember saying the commercial was so funny because the dude was riding, he looking in the mirror on the side of the truck. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, they put that song on there. So you probably, how many albums total would you say you've done? Have you kept count?
I can't
lose count. You stop count.
Because it's weird the way that they set up projects and actually call them album or street album. Mm-hmm. They consider projects without street albums and actual albums. But I put out once I can't even count, as well as my solo projects and projects I've been featured on doing duet projects with people. So I can't really tell. There's been a lot, as well as there are a multitude of songs featured on singles. So I can't really call it, and I don't even try to keep count.
Yeah, because you've done a lot of music, man. It's like I say, you riding around town on the radio, just randomly riding through Houston. You're like, this boy done another song. He done another song. The thing is, like I say, the voice is the voice that says, bro. People will remember. Like I said, Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg was alive. You knew who Nate Dogg was when Nate Dogg got a song. Because he's the only one that was singing. He would make that dub, and it sounded so deep and crisp and soulful at the same time.
Operatic.
Yeah.
He made it as far as being actually on the radio. A rapper had a singer person on there that could really rap, but mostly sang to it. But he sounded like a black opera singer.
Yeah.
And nobody can emulate his style. Like, to be compared with those guys, like, I take that as an honor, because they all have their individual stints. R.I.P. to Big Mom. R.I.P. to Big Mom. Like, that was my partner. When I say partner, when I got into the business, and we met. I told him. He said, "Oh man, I've been there to her with DJ with JQ. You're ready. I 979. I've been down there for years." I said, "Yeah, we've been chopping it up forever." When it was Club Emotions.
Yep.
I mean, Bossa Nova too. They've been down there. Houston artists have been coming down there forever. And like, we linked up a long time ago, just talking. I was a simple fan of kids, and people argue that we sound the same. But we had discussions about how we didn't do the same thing. We had totally different styles. Mm-hmm. And we were laughing. Because so many of our own fans were having beef about we laughing, discussing about how we're not the same. And just having normal conversations while everybody even talking about this and that. We're literally on the phone together. We're literally meeting up and having conversations and just talking normal regular stuff that has nothing to do with music. And knowing that we were cool and understood each other, it didn't matter who came first. The ultimate goal was he had his clique that he represented, and he was doing his music and making everything that he was making. Right. What I made and what I did had no knock or stop or hate or trying to outshine him to take his shine. At the point where I was and where I am to the left, to the right, we're both with the idea that all we're doing is making money, getting love, and representing Texas. He represented H-Town, Houston. I'm representing Herndon, Calvin, Texas. And at the end of both of those, the word is Texas. We represent well for our state. That's how we talk.
And one thing you wasn't afraid of, like I know a lot of people, when they get out of their hometown, they'll never mention their hometown. But I don't care if you rapping in New York or wherever you are, you gonna say Hearn and Calvin. And most people be thinking it's one city the way you say it. Hearn, Calvin, they're like, hey,
that's what I taught.
Yeah, but hey, that's where you were rapping both times. Now let's talk about what this I want to talk about back in the day. I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back to I don't know how old you were. We would have a summer program and Mr. Paradise, Mr. Johnson, Chief Johnson, Big Daddy. I remember you doing they did a boxing match at the Darren Rudy Center. I don't know if you remember this.
He was ahead of the Hearn Golden Gloves boxing.
Yeah.
And he'd take us. We'd have bouts with each other around town, and then he'd take us to bar and we'd do some sparring.
I remember you hit this dude though, man. It was funny. Cause you hit the boy, boom. When you hit it, he tumbled back like this, and you started jumping around. I started laughing. I was like, man, this dude didn't hit this dude. He ain't happy about it. The little boy just kind of walked off. He didn't want to fight no more. But so tell us how did that, like, as far as the boxing goes, because I know you talk about it sometimes. How did the boxing kind of teach you this? Because Mr. Johnson, I was around, because that was, me and Chip were buddies, and he would always come down and take us to eat and stuff. And he had boxing. Me and Chip would get out there and spar in the front yard and stuff. But you were kind of serious about it because he had grabbed you, kind of put you in his wing and started, kind of coaching you in the boxing. So how did that help you as far as like your mentality as a kid?
Well, I mean, as a kid, I had a lot of ball energy. My mother's a school teacher, church musician. So there's always something going on that I don't want to do that I have to do because my mother's a part of it. And when you're a kid that have a lot of energy, then you got to exert it somewhere. For him to see that and basically give my mama a break. Yeah. For him to see that and fine tune it into something at the time that energy can turn into anger if you don't get to use it. Not being able to do things, not being able to go. Like I was do your studies, read your books. By that time, it's go to bed, get up, same thing. Like as a little kid, you're going into a program, like a work program, like your parents are going through their day to day. But you feel you shouldn't have that. So that ball of energy, like last shot. One day I got in trouble. He saw it. He told my mom, and then she told him, "Let me have him. I get that anger out of it. I felt that aggression. I calmed him down." So he started boxing with me, training me, how to box and all that. and I was pretty good. And I enjoyed punching it because I needed to let something out. Punching bags, punching gloves. I wasn't punching people, so which was good. And then at the end, he talked to me and teach me little life lessons about how to be mad, about how to go about things, but whatever my mama told me about etiquette, my dad told me about being straight and how you handle people and be respectful. He added that extra influence with it. And with him teaching me how to box, I listened to him. I kept my mind on yes, ma'am, no, sir, yes, sir, no, ma'am, all of that. Everything my mother and father instilled, he backed it up, and we practiced on doing all these things. And then we went places and we sparred and boxed, and I got to knock people out without getting in trouble.
So you had fun knocking people out, really?
I had a lot of fun knocking people out.
Fun. So
I do apologize if you are on here
and I'm not good.
It was not your fault, nor my fault that I hit you that hard. It was our friends and relatives on the side that I did not mean to do that.
They were rooting for this dude. They would root, and that's who it was. I remember that. That's exactly who it was. They would root, and I just found out
I deserve it.
I just found out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, where these people at? I think they tired of me. I think they tired of me. My signal getting bad. But yeah, so somebody said my niece, Aura, baby brother. He has such an amazing voice. Josie Chavez. You know Josie Chavez?
I promise you, I'm horrible with names.
And y'all, our signal is really bad, and I'm looking at it. But y'all, like I say, man, it's we got to do what we got to do because of this situation we deal with. But we're gonna keep talking. So anyway,
so we were talking about the boxing.
So we were talking about it and all that different stuff. With your sons, like how many sons do you have?
Four boys.
Four boys. Jesus Christ.
Man.
So with those fellas, like how do they see you? They see you just daddy, or people walk up to you and say, "Hey, you Charlie boy." They be like, "That's my daddy." You know what I'm saying? Do you? I'm not one of them. Probably, let people know, "Hey, my daddy, Charlie boy." But
that's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
My baby. My 3 older boys, I'm just dad. Like, you know what it is? My dad. That's it. Like, it's nothing big about it. They just normal, regular kids. And, that's the way their mother and I talk to them and let them know, like, some people might come talk to you, your dad's this and that. Nah, I've been a normal, down to earth guy, and they're normal, down to earth kids. They're not cocky. They're not any of those things. They're my sons, and I enjoy being their own individual selves. And they have their own friends and things the way that they do what they do. It's not about trying to be this superstar, celebrity, or any of those things. They're just down there kids, and they have fun. And they don't care about me being trying to do it.
And I'm sitting up here thinking, but
so with that being said, do you see more music coming, or I'm sure you do, but are you working on more projects?
Yeah, I got some more projects coming out now. I just finished the project. It'll be out soon. There's a couple features that'll be coming out soon. Doing some R&B, drill ride music, R&B music, rap music. My other nickname is Versatile Style, so I try to be versatile. It's all coming soon. I have no specific. It's all coming soon. I hope they do when it drops. I hope you've been doing before. You listen to it, you enjoy it. You don't gotta like it. Matter of fact, say why you don't like it. I take all constructive criticism. I welcome it because you cannot get better just sitting there having yes men on the side or just listening to yourself, like
Your
your
ego
ego
so
so
big
big
that
that
you can't listen to anybody. There's always room to take constructive criticism for you to grow yourself and with whatever brand you're trying to build.
And I remember with you doing music, I remember you talking about how like you say you didn't want to be in a box. And I remember having an album, Versatile Child, for one. You had one song on there, and that was my first time I'd ever heard you do this. Now, mind you, this was probably 16 years ago, because Versatile Child, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it had a blue cover, gold, it was something. But I know it was like a close up. You were young then, maybe. I don't even know if you had hair on your face.
Barely. You had him.
Barely.
it was fading.
Yeah. And you did
Yeah,
the
and you
song,
did this song, and
started
you
singing.
started singing.
Then all of a
Then all of
sudden,
a sudden,
you
you broke off in this Jamaican reggae vibe in the middle of the song, and you brought it back. Now, is that when you do most of your songs, are you planning that? Are you writing those? Is it just hitting you? You know where it hits you? Do you write more than you freestyle, or do you freestyle and you just get the vibe and you roll with it?
I do a little bit of everything. Sometimes when an idea hits me, I'm just in the studio on the beach playing it and like push record, we'll see what comes out. And then sometimes I might have something written and prepared to come in and lay on the verse. So it's all spur of the moment energy, because I might have something just simply written and I go perform it before I leave the studio. I listen to it one or two. I listen, I'm like, man, I want to change something to see how this sounds like this and how this sounds like that. And while I'm in there with my engineer that's recording me, it's either C. Walker. At the time, it was Rapper Rick. Anybody that's in the studio recording, what you think about that? How does that sound? Like, I like how you did it the first time. Well, if you didn't erase that, let's replace that and leave it as that. But for the most part, I'm in there doing stacks on stacks on stacks of audio. And I'm like, well, which one do we keep? Like, I don't care, you can keep them all. But you know, some of my older music is just so full. And then I guess as transition for the day, they don't do a lot of stacks, a lot of audio things, a little more simplified. Maybe I'm working to try to get that makes me me. So I'll always do what I think sounds well, and needs 5 or 6 stacks, and I'll stack it and won't care. That's me.
I mean, that's your style. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, I mean, you're unique with it. You do what you do, and you know what when you go in the studio. I've actually watched you come in the studio, work, and you done. And a lot of people, guys will sit outside, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? So it's almost like, I mean, I've been in the studio and done some work, and kind of sitting there, and my creativity, it comes in. But when you have
been doing it for so long, and you already know,
you come in the studio, hey, go ahead and drop the beat. You like what was his name that walked in? Biggie.
When they had
Biggie had that scene with Puffy gave the track, and he was playing around, and boom, when he hit the track, it was it. That was it. Man, I already know how to do this. Just let me get the feel for it. Hey, don't push me, don't rush me. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do my work. So I was gonna ask you about when you're doing your music, do you ever write? Because like I said, one of my favorite songs, the newer one, and I don't know if it's that new, but I remember you did Change, you did the one Crush, that was pretty loud where you sit in the Jeep. I like that one too. But you did Change. When I listened to Change, you told a lot about your story in the song about how you were kind of shunned, for having high grade on average versus people who are, they glorify if you never. It's not normal for a rapper, a real rapper, to be
I guess supposed to be smart school or have this certain persona of, you know, almost a good boy. They thought you was a good boy. They didn't really know you. But when you wrote that song, so what were you thinking about? Because you wrote about a young girl, she had a hair salon, or she was doing hair in school and all of this different stuff. So did this come from home experiences? Because when you said that, I had some names come in my head. I was like, oh, but I wanted to find out, like, what were you writing about when you actually did that song? Or it was just random stories that you knew were going on at the time.
It's just, honestly, it's just random stories. Now, where the part where I'm using the words I and everything will make you think about it. And it actually is stuff that went on.
A lot of stuff that went on in my life history. It wasn't even about me. It's just in general. Like, there are some guys that actually have that story because I know a guy that was a smart guy, very athletic, football, got his doctorate and his master's, and played in the NFL and handled his business, and look back at all the people that talked noise and was like, what are y'all doing now? All of that talking about my grades and my fitness, all that talking about what I went through, what I wore, what I had to live with, what my family had. I still overcame that. And the verse about the young lady, it hits close to home. It sounds like it's a home story. That's a general story because a young woman starting her hair business. Everybody trying to get freebies. Everybody trying. But no one's supporting into it. She's paying all this money to get herself promoted. And she put in the work that she needed to do to get people to see her work. Her money she saved her money. She built up stores. She bought another one. And she's been handling her business. And she came from nothing. She had started with a dream. And she fulfilled her dream. And she's not done with her dream. Yeah, I did music with people who be paying young night.
Man, you used to go to Huntsville, was like almost like your stomping ground, man. Every time the 10 came, you stayed at the ballroom. The ballroom, yes, man. Look, that man was always in Huntsville. As a matter of fact, one of your buddies down there, Lee Barrett, you got a post of you in a couple of posts. So Huntsville was like. So what kind of connections did you have in Huntsville? Like, were you pulled that way? Or it's just kind of city? Because you were always there.
Well, I mean, that's where the group was. That's where, I mean, Chris Wilkerson, DJ Bull, CEO of Dirty Records. That's where he's from. That's his hometown. He graduated from Sam Houston from there. Tight, went to school. Sam, Ronald school to Sam, Cooley school to Sam. I just started music, and that's where the home base was. We had the Ear Doctor, and then we had DJ Bull's hip hop shop there. So we worked there, we made music there, we ran the club there. Like, we working the door. We making sure people coming in. We're getting artists to come in and perform. Artists for the hometown at the club. That's what we did. And then when things started getting better, being able to post music on live. We started hosting live in the ballroom. The DJ had to set up some night. DJ Yellow Boy. He plugged in. We had our music in the club. It's playing live on the internet while everybody inside doing their thing. The people inside the ballroom partying and everything. We in the back room recording our next tape. So
we talk about your music. We talk about, like, you. I know you're not stopping, but man, you still make. You probably did something last week. I don't know. Last night, you never know about you. But where do you see like do you have like a dream, something that you always wanted to like achieve above your music? Like, what am I trying to say? Have you ever wanted to get in? I always ask people this: act, commercial, TV, anything like that.
If that happens, yeah. I mean, of course. Like when I came to the realization in high school that I would never grow taller than 5'5", my dream of the NFL or shot at it was on. I don't have speed like Sproles, so I wouldn't be a receiver and I wouldn't make it as a lineman. So that was shot. Having the opportunity to do something on an acting screen or be a voiceover cartoons or commercials, that's always been a dream. I aspire to do that. I'll get that done.
I'll get that done.
You're gonna get that done, man. You should mention that too.
I gotta create my own music video with cartoons and do your own skits.
Do your thing, man. Look, but I got some stuff I've been working on. Like, who are the perfect people to be a part of this? So y'all already know. I'm Mr. Q. We always working. So when you once you do like your album coming through, now I'm trying to think of how has things changed, because you so used to you started out to have CDs, made it full CD. Some people had 15 songs. I think y'all had one album that had 10. I didn't even know CDs held that many songs. But now it's like, do you think it's harder now to really stay relevant as far as like, since everybody can like record now, just drop. I'm on national platform. I'm on all these platforms. So do you find yourself having to kind of maneuver past that, or do you even feel any different?
Yeah, there's no different. First and foremost, whatever is for me to be made in this, when I put something out, is going to be made. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm not trying to beat anybody out.
Right.
What I make is what I make. And if the quality beats my quality, the people listening are going to make that. So it's so much easier to put music out. It's so many people in competition. I'm not in competition with anybody. I've never looked at as being in competition. I don't care who's doing what they're doing.
Who's doing what they're doing? I'm doing what I do. I hope that what I do.
And as music goes, a group of people that's going to listen to. It's always a group.
Somewhere. It might be small. It might be large. It might be gold. But what's out there for you? If that's what you're looking at, you're going to reach it by you.
Yeah, I told somebody that one day. I said, "Man, look, I really learned not to even focus on who's doing what. I used to focus on it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but now you kind of realize it's like a barber. I use a barber and a hairstyle. Everybody has their own clientele. So you bring out new music, people looking for it. Some people may be like, "Oh, I want to hear this man's music," but they want to hear your music. So, and once people get that, once people gain that in their mind and realize, hey, it's not about my music being better than yours, or you having a better style than mine. If it's good, it's good. Some people go like it, some people not like it. Some people have their favorite comedians. I have comedians that's funny, So with that mentality, I feel like that's a way to stay in, because you're not focusing on how to maneuver through. Oh man, this dude sounds like me. This dude sounds like me. And I remember listening to CeeLo Green. People, they have the same problem we have, evidently. Like CeeLo Green, he was talking about the story of how he had his own sound. It was a strange little sound that CeeLo Green had. And the first time I heard him was when he did when he was Goody Mob, and they had Who's That People in the Window, and they did Soul Food was my favorite. I like the way he did it. You know what I'm saying?
I vibed off that.
Yeah,
but my
man.
favorite, they don't dance no more.
Oh, that,
He really came in. That was when CeeLo came out on that
video.
That was the definition to me of putting true pulpit soul on a song.
Man, when he did that
Saturday night, and I might just throw up you know, get it let alive and bring up you. Hey, drink and stroll the mall, over the wall.
That song was crazy.
Stroll the ball. Yeah,
The video had
the video was
with a spoon. Come on, do that dance. Do that dance. Man, I'm gonna tell you, but like nowadays, and I think that's why you stay relevant. People don't. Originality is like no more. If I may say, originality is really no more. I mean, if you started years ago, you keep that originality. A lot of guys who started years ago are trying to conform, which is what pretty much gets the off. But when you hear the original rap, or you hear somebody who sang like you sang back in the day, you hear them now. You're like, no, she can't. She don't sound like anybody. But now everybody that comes out. Like I say, I don't shun any artist. I don't talk, down, But when everybody come out, all that different stuff. When they came out, everybody was going
like, where did all these sound effects come from? I'm not knocking. But why? As soon as the first song hit the airwaves nationally, I couldn't understand that song, but I couldn't understand the lyrics to the song. But I understood the gravity of the sound and hitting, and I could see why people like it. But as you see, he himself as an artist, he didn't stay around long. But there were people, the droves of artists and things right after that. They did they were just killing the sound effects. I was like, so you're gonna mumble and then try to make your sound effect clear. And I'm like, that's not what I grew up on. But then what I started doing, the music I started making, people before me didn't grow up on. So I didn't hate it. I didn't disrespect it. I just took it as that's what it is right now. Like, we can't argue that it should sound like this because we shouldn't sound to the older heads before us. Right? We shouldn't feel like the older heads before us. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I would say? The longevity of the new music. Really, I mean, you have a few songs that have hit. I work for we work for the media school, high school now, but I work for the media school. And on Fridays they would play music. 4 songs these kids would jump on because they dance songs. That's Soulja Boy. That's the Whippin' Nay Nay. That's the other song. You Ugly. Those 3 songs, they move. They move. You can play your song because it has that. And now it's Old Town Road. They go crazy. But if you pull some, they walk up to me and say, "Listen, that's that was last year." When I go to the basketball game, they have new songs every week. We don't play that. So the thing is, there's no longevity. Yeah, no longevity,
and that's their generation of music.
Yeah,
that's their music. That's not ours. That's theirs, and they don't even care for it. Over at least they don't care for it over 6 months.
Yeah. And so like you can go to a wedding, DJ, they gonna say play some old school. That's the first thing. It could be a young couple could be 24 years old. They may put a little music in there, but they're gonna go straight old school. Or trail ride. You play the trail ride music,
I'm like, oh, you got them all day long.
Like, oh, you got day long, you know.
I even know a lot of blacks now, they want country. That's what they want because it has a relevant sound and it's almost like being stick to your bone.
But so yeah, man, I was, even though we had a whole lot of issues,
y'all trying to get this show tonight. Like I said, why didn't came back on yet? Rolling outages.
Right.
Yeah, we rolling out. That's what we get rolling
out. That's what they say.
It's been out for 40 minutes.
We've been sitting here almost an hour.
So yeah, we didn't have a Black Business Spotlight tonight. We didn't do a whole lot of normalities tonight. But we were glad, you know, to have Charlie. And I want to talk to my platform is about talking to our young black males, our black males who've done something in the community positive or have done something successful that we can brag about. Because we always looking at the news, such and such bank, such and such did this, the grocery store, the mall. We have all shot down the other night doing that, and I'm tired of hearing it. So I was, we need to do something. So when I started doing this, I'm thinking, excuse me. And the reason I'm thinking, I thought, you know, Charlie been around, you know, been knowing him for a long time, and I've never seen you stop. It's two individuals, I'll say it, and he probably worked in like two individuals from this area, Brian, Hearn, and Cal, that never stopped. And I don't even know who got the most mistakes. It's you and Punt. I have no clue. And y'all don't work together on a lot of stuff. And y'all have a similarity of brand. He's gonna be on here probably next week, but y'all have a similarity on, and I've watched y'all work in the studio together, which is crazy.
I'll say this. I know we might not have much time. If you're aspiring to do music. Don't listen to the critics who get them to stop you from doing it. If you believe in doing it and they say you don't have it, you keep working.
Right.
I'm not telling you that you're going to be successful. I'm telling you don't quit because somebody else is telling you to quit. I never let anybody know that I was Charlie Boy until the songs got popular. First off, I didn't care myself if anybody liked it. I liked it when I did it. I didn't expect anybody to like it or hate on it. I didn't expect anything, but I didn't let anybody know what I was up to until it started coming. And when it came out, I just kept on pushing the mixtape. Man, who is Charlie? You'll find out because the work that I'm putting in is going to prove you whether I'm going to be here or not. And I'm going to keep grinding. I can tell you the side of rap side. Everybody's not real. Everybody's not true to their word about what they say they're going to do with you or for you. So you have to do it yourself. Keep grinding. Punk, when he gets on here, he can tell you side, talk to you producers and beatmakers about how to establish yourself. When you start, if you're not going to be signed to somebody, you get your one ASCAP, BMI, or any other publishing company. If there's a name that you're looking for, so you can start your music career, search and see if someone else has it. If not, establish your name and create your publishing. That way, whenever you start doing music for people, when they put it on social media, your name, after you put your name on that split sheet and you get your percentage, when you do what you do, that money comes to you. There's a check coming to you. Money comes to you. You can never get mad and say nobody trying to miss you out of anything because you're starting to be on your business. Be about your business. About your business. Not letting anybody talk to you about business. Let someone else do business for you. Be business minded. This is all business minded. And what we talking about? Having sense, man. Bun B is one of the smartest rappers I know.
Hey.
From Fort Arthur, Texas, and I wanted to emulate his rapping style, and it took me forever to get his vocals down on Murder. One of the most intelligent rappers, artists. I'm not gonna come. He is an artist, professor actually.
Mm-hmm.
I intend to go try to drop in on one of his classes. So you can be You can be intelligent and have all the swag needed to be the artist you
the
want
look
to
of
be,
the
but get your business in order. Jump.
you
You can't establish
can't
any music
establish
that you feel that you want to put on social media,
media.
Spotify, the music.
It
It has to be
has to
registered.
be registered.
So you
You have to know how to
register your music. You can't just
You
jump
just jump
in
in.
here and think
Think
that
that
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
pop
pop.
off.
Know how to get it.
On the site to pop it off.
You'll just be emailing
Your cousins and your family to get them to promote and play, but you don't have it physically available for actual type artists or DJs to play your music. You got to get it mixed. You got to talk to people. You come back and talk to Keith
to get things situated.
Don't let anybody sway you from your goal, because I never let anybody sway me from mine. I'm doing what I want to do because this is what I love. This is my dream.
This is my dream. This is my goal.
Don't let anybody stop you.
Anybody stop you from what you want.
I tell you silence, man. I had to learn. And people say moving silence, and that's how I had to learn. Because listen, it's like working on something. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this. Tell everybody, man, I'm about to drop this. I'm about to do this. And then guess what? If it don't happen, right?
You get more hate.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know, whatever. So you do too much of that, or if you just start dropping stuff, oh man, he better than us. Listen, don't worry about that. I'm gonna tell you something. I set up and watch, and I don't even really listen to her music like that. But I was sitting up one day, and all of a sudden, I saw everybody on Facebook screaming Beyonce, and I didn't know why. And this girl dropped a whole album and videos for every song at midnight. Midnight, and boom. You know what I'm saying? Midnight, and boom. You know what I'm saying? For her to do that in silence. If we in silence, no matter what it is, no matter what it is,
generated millions of streams and views.
Millions.
Mind you, Beyonce is Beyonce. But at some point, Beyonce was on the rise, was trying to blow up with Destiny's Child. She went from Destiny's Child going up to them breaking up to them creating new Destiny's Child to her doing her individual thing and her following being so great. Like, it doesn't. Everybody that they started with didn't really have anything to do. They grew that. They grew that into something. That's what you gotta do. It might take you a while for you to individually have what you want to have, but if you keep pushing and you keep grinding, what you want, not what you should have.
Think everybody thinks you should have, or be doing what you want.
Right.
I see y'all.
To jump in. Normally, I don't even pay attention to numbers. I know y'all. Most people only worried about when my lights gonna come.
So anyway, y'all, like I said, Charlie here tonight to come in and talk, drop some nuggets, because y'all probably want to hear him sing. You probably want to hear you sing.
Man, let me give him something before you leave. That's why people came here. He don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So give him a little taste of something that you got. Hey, matter of fact, I know my show is different, but the Bumper Grill song, I just want to hear how. You hear up here. So can you say that lyrics?
This for them Fords, Mobiles, Buicks, and Chevys, Cadillacs, 24 inches, high sliding on parade. Candy coated gloves that go straight to belly. Beat in the trunk, turning buildings into confetti. Punch your grandma like Nelly, we speak with a draw. But slow or something like an slap, we creep and we crawl. Hit a button, you know the roof and screens fall. Jamming screwed up Tila, though we ain't too tired to ball. With your candy coated cookies flipping like I'm lost. See that shirt on that prop, got enough not to pop it off. Oh, it gets telling me, Charlie, you need to knock it out. I just didn't look again, see I'm about to pop the ball.
Man, you see how you did that right there? I'm gonna learn to do that one day. I'm gonna be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be doing that.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But
But
man,
it was glad
having you over here. Having you in, and y'all, Charlie, it's snowing outside. And
we don't slip and slide. The man be driving.
Look, one thing, I'm not a fool. I'm safe. I do everything as safe as possible.
Right.
You told me about the situation going on, and I was like, right down the road. I've seen the roads. I've had to go help out some people today. When you gotta get out there, you gotta get out there. And while you're out there, please be safe. Because I try to be as safe as possible. And as I've said on a couple of my Instagram posts before, like people in need are people in need. I fear God, I don't fear anybody else, but I'm weary about everything else that goes on.
Right.
If somebody's in need on the side of the road, like
Somebody's in need.
it's not me all the time.
Not me all the time. Because
as nice as I am, that nice side, me. It goes to the back of my mind. That's not me telling me to pull over. Like that person needs some help. Because the nice me knows what's been going on. And it's been going on since I was a child. The idea of racial injustice has been going on since I was a little kid. I see
man.
My grandparents, like my grandparents. So and not too long ago, pictures were taken in black and white, and I was born there. You know,
we live in this thing, man, and people don't know that.
I grew up in situations that I saw my mother deal with, like in real life. And I know how it is to not want to help somebody, to be angry, to want to lash out. But I also know that people need help. We've all needed some type of help. And when I'm not the person that's not going to try to help somebody if they look like they're in need, no matter who they are, where they come from, or what they doing. I'm just blessed to know that those people are thankful and appreciative, and I've gone about my way on home. Don't ever lose your humanity, because we deal with a lot of people that have lost their humanity. Don't ever lose your humanity because of somebody else.
That's right. That's right. So he gave you. I was asking, did you have anything? Yes, you want to say to the people, and there it was. Yeah, there it was. Like I say, we about to get off here, but we grew up together, and we didn't grow up together. I think I'm about a year, maybe a year. I don't know.
Just a couple.
About a couple of years. But his brother James and sister Ura and his mama stayed on my behind. You know, at church. You didn't play in church when Miss Williams. Yeah, you didn't do that. So I'd say
she'll stop playing at the piano.
Oh yeah.
You don't know who she's snapping at. When she stopped playing and snapped her fingers,
she snapped everybody.
All the kids in the church.
Choir stand in the audience, they knew what it was. But like I say, and that's the reason I brought him on the show, because you know we have we're from small towns, and being from small towns, like people don't understand. Hey, people can be successful in small towns. You know, people in small towns don't just play football and basketball and make it out.
Check out the history of Hearn, Texas. Check out the history of Calvin, Texas, and think and look. We're truly looking to see what people that have lived there and have come out and become. We've got doctors, we've got lawyers, pro athletes, in almost every sport.
Yeah,
and Hall of Famers at that, and founders of important things. So take a look. Like that's just what I can tell you from our small country.
Yeah,
you know, you can look at Bryan College Station. I guarantee you there's some people that have done some amazing things. And in the perspective of Hearn, Cal, Bryan is virtually our country city. No disrespect to it, but there's a lot more things that it has going on for it than we do in those towns. But look at the towns specifically and see the things that we have created for people, the people that grew up, from those towns and moved into something and made something of themselves and made things happen for other people in the professions that they took from.
Right on. So y'all, hey, do some research. So check this out, y'all. My legs started to get cold back here. I'm back here by this little shindig. Normally I'm in the studio room. So we about to log out of here, but y'all already know Wednesday night we gonna talk about the cultural conversation. We got Miss Natalie Samuel, we got Virginia Redwine Johnson, and we got Mr. Craig Boykin. GED to PhD, man, has an awesome story. So hopefully we'll be doing better with this whole technical difficulty thing that I've been dealing with. But listen, like y'all say, can't stop, won't stop. That's just me, you know what I'm saying? So we learned that. That one thing we learned in the country, one thing we learned in small town, you don't quit for no
make it.
Yes, sir. So hey, it's been your boy Mr. Q and your boy Charlie Boy. Look, y'all. There it is. So look, we glad we was able to talk to y'all and those who did tune in. Look, y'all stay safe, stay warm, and remember, just because it's cold, COVID's still out there. So don't take it for granted, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, once again,
I got my distance. I got my mask too.
Hey, yeah, y'all see where he's sitting at. Y'all know we're in the same place. But look, way
somewhere.
Yeah. So
we have distanced ourselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mr. Q Show. We didn't do no commercials or nothing tonight. So I guess I'll hit y'all with a commercial while I can. While here.
Smooth, refreshing, Finetta tea. Whether you drink from a bottle or pour it in your favorite glass, you will still enjoy the taste of fresh fruit and ingredients that will keep your body happy and healthy. Finetta tea.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Charlie Boy. Listen, we about to go out of here tonight, man. Look, I'm talking crazy because this cold has started to get to me. I got to get to the eyes on the fire because my lights ain't came back on yet, and I'm going to have a problem. We're going to talk about this on my show, too, how Bryan, Texas did us the way they did us doing this whole thing about this whole winter storm or whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is Mr. Q, and always remember to stay plugged in. We out of there.
You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in, yeah. You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in, yeah. It's time to relax from all the hype and grab a cup of the favorite tea that you like. On Mondays and Wednesday nights, don't forget about the Black Business Spotlight. You never know who you might see. It could be anybody, even a celebrity. So enjoy yourself, my friends, cause this is Mr. Q Show. Now get plugged in. Yeah, you are tuned in. That's right. To Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in. You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show. Get plugged in, yeah. You are tuned in to Mr. Q Show.